Wayne and I are about to be joined again by CJ and Sharif, who are going to bring us the social report. So these two guys are our March Madness social media leads, posting everything you see on March Madness social. Guys, how are we holding up?
Hanging on by a thread, and we haven't even started the first round yet, Michaela. That's how we're holding up.
All right, so let's see what we got going in the social world. Take it away, guys.
Well, so last night, obviously, as everybody knows, you guys have talked about it already. We started with our first two tournament games. Our very first tournament game saw Wagner move on to the first round. It's their first ever tournament win. So excited to see them in the first round for the first time ever.
Yeah, big congrats to Wagner on that huge win, and they saved off what it's 20-point comeback it was
Yes.
from Howard. So
It ended up being a very exciting finish. But let's go on to the next slide. Let's see. Colorado State ended up getting a dominating win. Dominating might not even begin to explain what happened last night over Virginia.
yeah, and I think the biggest talking point of this game is that, especially we saw it from a social perspective, a lot of people didn't think Virginia should have been in the tournament in the first place.
Right.
So the fact that a lot of people were validated in their opinion for them getting pretty much demolished last night
Right.
was probably pretty satisfying for certain individuals.
Yep. And that is obviously not for us to decide. Just keep in mind, East Carolina could have taken that spot. Let's go to the next slide. Let's put into perspective just how much Colorado State was dominating Virginia last night. 14 points in the first half for Virginia, a suffocating defense from Colorado State last night.
I believe I read they went an hour straight of actual time without scoring a basket.
It got ugly.
That is,
You're kidding.
yes, that is
Oh
that
my
is absolutely
gosh.
unbelievable.
It got ugly. Scrolling through your timeline last night. If you were scrolling through, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It was brutal. It was Virginia this, Virginia that.
Yeah.
Who picked that meme? One of you two.
It was CJ.
It was
he,
me.
He was on the keys last
Well
night.
done.
Any memes
Well
you see
done.
tonight will be his. Thank you, Wayne. But of course, let's follow up on some of these celebrity brackets we told you we would have today. We were not done.
right.
As we told you yesterday, we are asking everybody under the sun. I think we're closing in on 400 people that we've asked.
We are far.
We have plenty. We got a number of athletes to respond back to us today. So we have Paulo Banchero right here. Duke legend, obviously has Duke winning the tournament.
Filled out a bracket for us last season.
Yeah, filled out a bracket for us last year. He fills out Duke winning the tournament every year. Not really surprising.
Yes, not really that surprising. I guess
Yeah.
Michigan State over North Carolina would be the biggest one.
Yeah. Again,
Trusting Izzo
not
March.
not all that surprising considering where he went to school.
True.
Yeah.
That's also a very good point.
Yeah, you know he's not going to pick UNC. Come on.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't pick him losing in the first round.
Agreed.
That's a good point. Yeah.
We had a Luca Garza bracket and he picked Iowa State losing in the first round.
We
What
did.
Everyone was laughing at.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Let's pop over to the next slide. See Michael Harris of the Atlanta
Ooh.
Braves. For those who don't know, you might be a little surprised to see him pick Texas Tech. He did not play for Texas Tech, but he committed to Texas Tech, ended up foregoing his college career to play for the Braves. But that is why you see Texas Tech as his champion here. Other than that, not too many surprises. Just decided to stay loyal to the team that he would have played for.
Yeah, Duquesne over BYU is not one we're seeing a ton, I don't think.
No,
So
that's
that's
true.
probably the biggest
No,
surprise.
we're not.
Yeah.
I would love to see somebody fill out a bracket by hand and have to spell Duquesne on their own, by the way.
Honestly, I don't think
I couldn't.
could.
Don't ask me.
Even if you offered me like $1,000, I don't think I could. So
Forget it.
$1,000 on the line. I'm memorizing how to spell Duquesne. I'm sorry.
no, it's about like right now. I was like, oh, it's not right
Never
now.
mind.
So.
All right, let's go to the last slide. We have one more celebrity bracket. For
All
those who
right.
watch NASCAR, I'm a NASCAR fan. I reached out to Kyle Busch myself. We got it back. Unfortunately, bracket's kind of lame, Kyle. We should stick to the left turns because it's all chalk.
Yeah, a lot of people were kind of hated on this one.
Mhm.
He does have my pick, James Madison over Wisconsin. I must.
All right.
There you go.
I like it.
Remember,
I
for
like
those
it.
Those ball.
for those who have been following the show for the past few days, that's incorrect. That's not happening.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
What he should have done was
yeah.
pick McNeese to beat Gonzaga. I will hammer that
Mm.
again.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting.
Or
Yeah,
both. Why not
CJ
both?
was absolutely solid on that pick.
I'm just making sure, and McKelly, you're gonna get me going again.
What-
I'm just making sure that everybody knows when it happens. Bring it back to me.
What did you say on Monday? He said, "Clip this."
Clip it.
He's that
Yes.
confident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
and what
you
did,
guys do run March Madness Social, so if anybody has the capability of doing it, it's you.
Exactly.
McKellar has more faith in me than
Yeah.
you do.
Oh, of course. And I will be clipping it when Gonzaga win.
You don't have to. Somebody did it for you already.
Fair enough. Next
Sharif,
one,
if
next
if
one.
it doesn't go CJ's way, I dare you to just tweet like he was wrong from the March Madness.
March
Yeah.
Madness admin was wrong.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I love it. Let's do it.
Anyway, let's end it a little more lighthearted on the social report. We have after selection Sunday, or after the selection show, I should say, we have Andy Katz put together a bunch of lists. Some are serious, like the ones you saw yesterday, such like the top 10 players on double-digit seeds. This one's a little different. We like to have a little fun with Andy too. He made a mascot Final Four. He filled out a bracket, just based on which mascots he liked the best. A little homerism here, picking Bucky Badger there. You can see him on the far right.
Yeah.
But Cosmo the Cougar,
Come on,
Lobo
Andy.
Louie, Oregon Duck.
I think the biggest surprise here is no Sparty.
No
Probably the
Sparty.
most popular
Yeah.
mascot we see consistently.
That's true.
No Sparty. I think he might have had Sparty there last year.
That's
and
true.
Yeah.
I didn't even
He's
think
too
about that.
scary.
Surprising.
Sparty's too scary. Yeah.
Also,
Sparty
over,
is
also
scary.
over the summer, we had a fan voted mascot bracket. Big J was actually the winner. So, and I believe Sparty
Ah.
was in the final. So, yeah. So these are kind of
Yeah.
surprising picks. I mean, I'm a big Cosmo the Cougar fan. He's a
Yeah.
beast. Yeah.
I think
super athletic.
If I remember correctly, I think Big J knocked out Bucky Badger
Yes,
in
he
that tournament. So Cats might still be a little upset about
did. Yeah, he
it.
might be a little salty. Yeah.
Well, speaking of mascots, we had a segment on Monday where Wayne and Wilco broke down how mascots have actually done in the tournament. Super interesting. You guys can head to YouTube to check it out. Stats, how do you think these mascots would do with the actual map?
Yeah, I love this. You know what? These are all, I gotta say, this is a great variety. Give Cats credit. You know, he didn't pick all dogs or all cats. You know, I love the variety here. Yeah, we saw with the mascot bracket, people don't always do so well. So, you know, it's a pro animal bracket on the mascot side. I gotta say, I just love the collection here. I mean, you can't go wrong with the duck. I mean, the duck is just, it's the best. Yeah.
All-time classic mascot.
Always
Definitely.
is.
Yeah.
I would like to add, have you seen some of these tricks that Cosmo the Cougar does on the court? If these mascots played an actual basketball game, Cosmo's not letting anybody score.
That is a fact. There's no chance that Cosmo is a student. Definitely a paid
Good dancer, too.
gymnastics
Yeah. And Duke-
professional.
Do clip this. This is the first thing we have ever agreed on.
Yes, that is a fact.
We'll clip that too. Guys, with all the celebs you've been reaching out to, I've got to ask, I mean, how do you even figure out who you want to reach out to? You have such a long list.
Yeah, so I would say friends, family, people in this very room we're sitting in with right now. So, you know, a vast, wide number of sources.
Yeah, we cast a wide net. If we think of anybody, we hit them. We had a former March Madness legend last night DM us and say, "How do I get featured with a bracket
Exactly.
on your account?" So
Oh,
we
that's
sent him the link.
great.
Yes, we have random people DMing us their bracket with a photo of themselves saying, "This is me." So you go ahead and post that.
Yeah,
We're
please
like, "Who are
don't
you?"
do that. We
What was-
filter our DMs to begin with. Occasionally, we might go look just to see what you guys are messaging us. After today, we're not looking back there again. Please stop messaging us.
What was like the biggest, Hail Mary you took? Like, let's just see if this celeb will
Oh,
send
Taylor
this
Swift,
one.
easily.
Taylor Swift, Drake.
Oh,
Drake.
yeah.
We
Yeah.
messaged Drake.
Yeah.
People who will never know we exist. People who don't
Yeah.
even know it's March
Or the
yet,
shy.
maybe.
Drake knows this March.
Yeah.
He's
That's-
apparently a
that's
college
Yeah,
basketball
he
fan,
does.
so-
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Drake.
And I'm
you're such a big
surprised
college
Taylor
basketball
Swift's
fan.
not
Message us.
hopping on the bandwagon after
know.
getting involved in the football scene.
Well, speaking of football, we messaged the Kelseys too. All of them, not just
Ah.
Travis. Left on red by all of them. So thanks a lot,
Will we
guys.
tell you every Kelsey, every single one?
We've been big league by
Mama
every
Kelsey,
Mama Kelsey.
Papa
I was
Kelsey,
gonna say
Jason.
Mama Kelsey.
And Jason, you have no
Wow.
excuse now.
Kelsey.
You're retired. What do you do now?
Yeah, that is too good. I love it. How about the best fan reactions you've gotten? Kind of replying to some of your tweets or replying to some of the celeb brackets. What are some of the
Oh,
funniest stuff?
it's got to be The Bachelor.
Yes, those have definitely been the funniest so far.
Nobody knows who that is.
Yeah, and then also I'll give a shout out to Lobo Louis replying to someone today who was saying that he shouldn't be in the mascot Final Four. And Lobo, what did Lobo Louis
Lobo
say?
Louis just responded and said L.
L, yeah, L take or something
Love.
like that.
Oh, that's
The official
great. I'm
Lobo
glad I'm
Louis
picking.
account.
Glad I'm picking
Stand up for
Mexico now to
yourself.
win that first round.
Exactly.
Too
Yeah.
good. All right. I asked you guys yesterday your favorite March Madness memory from last year. Now I'm going to ask you your overall favorite March Madness memory, your whole life.
You can start us off.
All right. For me, I think so. I grew up, Sharif won't get off of this. I grew up as a Duke fan. When
Correct.
I went to ECU, I grew
Hmm.
up. I am no longer a Duke fan. But when I was a Duke fan, obviously was not at all a fan of North Carolina. So watching that national championship game with Villanova, watching Chris Jenkins hit that shot at the buzzer was a super cool
Yeah.
moment. And to be fair, in general,
That's what
I think
that's what
it would
I'm
be a lot of people's answers. That's one of the coolest college basketball moments
Yeah.
they've ever seen. But for me, knowing that there were, bigger stakes on the line of don't let my rival team of my fandom win a national championship was a big deal.
Yeah.
Now
I think
you're a
for-
pirate.
Yeah, like I said, I grew
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
We're good now.
All right, Sharif.
Yeah, I think for me, the moment would be, I think it was the 2005 national championship. I am around 7 years old at the time, just to show you how like into this I have been. My dad's watching right now, and I'm not sure if he remembers this moment, but 7-year-old me, like being very adamant to him that North Carolina were definitely beating Illinois in that championship, and they did. And I got the bragging rights over him. So.
Eternal bragging rights.
Eternal bragging
Yeah,
rights.
yeah.
Exactly. So that shows I was kind of destined for this role.
I can guarantee you your dad remembers that.
Yeah, for sure.
you know,
For sure. He's
he's-
watching
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
I'm sure he'll text me right after this.
All right. How about, that's all in hindsight, a big prediction for this year?
Not McNeese related.
I mean, if you want to.
No, I'll change it. I will say Purdue is out in the Sweet 16.
Okay.
I actually talked about this with some of you guys earlier. Wayne, I think we talked about it a little bit. I think Purdue is improved from last year's team, but I still think the holes are there in the team where
Yeah.
if a team sells out defensively to stop Zach Edey, all you have to do after that is hope the rest of the team is having an off shooting night. That's what FDU did. It worked. A 16 seed is not going to beat Purdue for a second year in a row, obviously. I really hope you guys aren't picking that in your bracket. But the holes are there. The blueprint is there. FDU laid the blueprint last year. Somebody will follow up on that this year.
Yeah.
Good take.
For me, again, I'm staying on the James Madison train. I think James Madison's making it to the Sweet 16. I think they can win 2 games in a row. Why not? So, what would they have? Duke next after that? As I know,
Yeah.
CJ as a Duke fan would be,
I should have never brought it up.
Little
Or
bit
Vermont.
upset.
Or Vermont.
Or
UVM could
Vermont.
do it again. You never know. Yeah.
Or Vermont.
Or Vermont.
Who perennially
Remember
lose in the first
Syracuse.
round.
Syracuse remembers Vermont. So maybe.
Oh yeah, they do. They do. Was that the last time they won in the first round?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. It could happen
Hey,
again.
Run it back.
Oof.
Duke is cold right now, to be fair. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, last one for you guys before I let you go. Andy Katz just posted his top 10 players in the tournament, or I should say, you guys posted Andy Katz's list. Who are the players that are under the radar that can make a national name for themselves this year, in your opinion, not Andy Katz?
For me, I think I have his team making a March Madness run, at least to the Sweet 16, might be to the Elite Eight. But I'm going to go with Deron Holmes from Dayton. I think he is the best non-power conference player in the country. I think given the matchups that could be ahead, hypothetically, obviously we don't know all the matchups, but given who he could play going forward in the tournament, he could be one of the most dominant players in the tournament this year.
Yeah. For me, I'm not even sure how far this team is going to go, but I know in that first round, if he has a big game, his name will be on everyone's lips, and that's Keisei Tominaga. I think he's been electric the past 2 seasons, one of the most fun
Mhm.
players to watch in college basketball. He's like someone that's going to be lighting it up from downtown, one of the best 3-point shooters in the country. So I think he is the name that you need to look out for that's flying under the radar.
All right, heard it here first from Sharif and CJ. You guys have had a lot of takes, but thanks so much. I'll let you get back to posting on March Madness. Thanks, guys.